Hello, guys. Welcome back to For the Plot. And today I am not alone. I have a fellow podcaster, okay? I have Miss Khay October here, okay? Do you want to introduce yourself?
Okay, cool. Hi guys, I am Kanya Mweli, also known as Khay October. I feel so weird for saying also known as. But anyway, some people call me Khay October, and what else? What else do I say? Oh, like a podcast. What are you pointing at?
Oh, I was thinking the time
The
isn't
time.
on, but
Does I
it
guess it
doesn't
does.
matter.
Oh, actually, just moved now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also have a podcast called October the Podcast that I host with my friend Tletle Lupindo, and yeah, she was supposed to be here today, right?
Yeah, but she's
Yeah, but
sick,
she's sick,
guys.
so
Yeah.
I am
So we're
here
wishing her well.
to
Yeah.
represent her.
So today's topic is a very interesting topic. You see it on TikTok, see it on Twitter, you see it on Instagram. We are talking about high value women, okay? And we're going to talk about the difference between finding your higher self and being a high value woman. And are they the same? And if they're not the same, which one is more important? Yeah, well, so Kanya. You know what? I'm mixing Ukoli and Ukanyi.
People do that all the time. Some people
Yeah,
just call me Kanye Sile, and it's like,
that's
no.
horrible. That's not your
Like,
name.
no, because my Koli is short for Koli Sile. So people just say Kanya, Koli
Kanye,
Sile, and
Kanye
then they,
Sile.
yeah.
K Ndombi.
Eh, actually, there's a lula.
Eh.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Okay, how would you define a high value woman? Like from what you've seen, you know, when these girls go on TikTok and they're
Yeah.
like, okay, this is what you must do and whatever. Like when you see what they have to say, like how would you define a high value woman?
Okay, to be fair, like I don't think I have a personal definition of a high value woman simply because like I don't think I really think much about it. But from what I've seen, when someone mentions high value woman, I literally think of like as TikToks and all of those things.
Yeah.
And it's always portrayed to be like a lady that, sort of like panders to the sort of male gaze in a way,
Yes. Yes.
and sort of like examples like keep to yourself, like
Speak
speak
when
when
you're
spoken
spoken
to,
to.
not laugh like
Have you seen that new
loudly.
TikTok that new TikTok trend where it's like be mindful of why you
Oh
invite to the
yes, while you're here,
section,
that's hilarious.
and
Actually,
it's
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
the girl's
yeah.
like,
Definitely. So it's like about mindful and always trying to,
eh,
um, yeah, man. Like even like when you go out, eat a certain way, carry yourself a certain way,
yes,
and
yes,
whatnot. And all like a lot of the times, it's described in such a way that's for the male gaze instead of like it described as bana. Like they always started as like in order to attract like a husband or
a
like
rich
a rich
husband,
man, be like this and
yes,
that and that. It's never just like, oh, okay, like if you do you know what I mean, like how to better
yeah.
your etiquette, or do you get what
Literally,
I'm
because I
saying?
mean, I feel like there is a difference between etiquette, like some things you don't do, you know, like you don't talk with your mouth full, like at least without putting your hand in front of your mouth. You don't, I don't know, I can't think of things off my top, but like we have an understanding, guys, like social cues, you know, but there's a difference of, because I feel like etiquette is a thing of being mindful of, you don't want to make other people feel uncomfortable around you, but the my opinion on the high value woman chat, it's not about making people feel comfortable and not around you. It's to set yourself apart so that you can be picked. And I don't like
And I don't like
that.
that because it would have been better if it's like how to maybe make yourself shine in spaces and for things that are going to benefit you. Let's say like in a business sense or whatever, like in a business
Yes.
setting, or do you know what I mean? But why must it always be mama okay to like
Yes,
yindoda?
because I feel like
That's
the
what makes me
end
a bit
goal here, because
uncomfortable.
you said male gaze, and that
Yeah.
means you want to be picked. And my thing is, my biggest reason, and it ties in with the higher self thing, because I feel like you should just be who you want to be. You know, like for example, they say that, you know, you should always wear dresses, dress like this, whatever, whatever. And for me, I do see myself as a girly girl. I don't have makeup on today, but I love doing my makeup. I
Yeah.
love having jewelry on and all those things. But I just do it because I like it. I'm not doing all of this thinking, oh, I'm gonna leave the house today. I'm gonna bump into a rich man. He's gonna make it
Yeah,
happen
yeah,
for
yeah.
me. Like I'm not thinking those things, and I feel like that's where the higher self thing comes into. Like you should want to do all these things for yourself,
Yeah.
not to impress other people. Because as much as okay, maybe let's use an example. We're both wearing dresses. You have makeup on. You both have jewelry on. We're high value women, but then we're yappers. Like I'm a yapper.
Exactly.
I will
Same,
talk.
I can't shut up to save my life.
Like I can't keep quiet. I can't keep quiet, guys. Like I can't keep quiet. Like I can't keep quiet. I love to talk. I have a loud laugh.
yeah.
I'm loud.
Yeah.
Like okay. I'm learning not to do that because it gives people social anxiety.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like things like that, like I'm very extroverted. So I'm just like,
where do you fit in then
where do I
in that
fit in
narrative or whatever?
And from what I've seen from these TikToks is that being extroverted is
It's not the
high
one.
value.
It's not high value at all.
Which it's low vibrational to have cool.
Exactly.
I can't believe.
No, for real. Yeah, and thanks again to you. Like, you're a yapper because our episode on Sakumbulinin wet up got a vekin. No, we're literally talking about that. But we can't shut up to save our lives,
guys. Even if I wanted to,
even if that's it.
You know what? I don't.
So when that if I'm in a situation where I feel the need to talk more because I'm like,
why need to?
Literally. So yeah, man. But unyansile, man, when you say that being an extrovert, clearly you don't fit in.
You already, and that's just a personality trait.
Yeah,
you know, and it's just like,
and that says nothing about you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And what does high value mean? Because it also seems like it also like is molded within Western sort of beliefs and whatever. Because Tina, as abantu abamnyama, more especially now, I'll speak for Xhosa people, we're loud. We're
loud.
like sikhulisa thina kuthiwa ayikutheni unyabile.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like kutheni ukumbile, kutheni ungathethi, singabantu abahlekayo, we're always talking. Do you get what I'm saying? So lively.
When we're all in a space, like let's say it's me, you, and like other people, and everyone's talking, and we're now uhleli kanje on your phone, it's like, I watch it funny. Like the first thing I'm gonna assume if you're being quiet, or I'm not gonna think high value. I'm gonna think like or like something's wrong.
Up. Yeah.
You know, so I just really feel like one, you're very correct. It is linked to like Western values, and there's a lot of kind of noble sexism.
Definitely.
Because I look at men and the way that men act and the things that men do. And I'm just like, they're not being called high value men, high value women. And even those guys who speak about, like there's this guy on Twitter, he likes to do threads on how to be a high value man. And even the things that he says, it all goes back to choosing a woman who doesn't talk too much.
Who doesn't sin not head.
Sin not head. It's like, what is?
Because I'm like, why don't I know this person? Okay,
I'll show you. But like, ignore him. He's Zulu. Ignore him. He's Zulu.
Like, but yeah, why I even bring that thing up, Banatina, as like closer woman. Like it's so funny enough. Actually, on that note, I was watching. I don't know if you know that show Mnagwetu.
Yes, I've heard of it.
Where Umseliku brings like sort of tries to introduce the new wife or whatever, the girlfriend, like to be new wife. And I was watching an episode where there was a closer woman, and she acted exactly how a closer woman would act.
Exactly.
Like because we're socialized into being like that. Whereas not even to be like tribalist or whatever, is that the word?
Tribalist, yeah.
Yes. Whereas other cultures are socialized or culturalized or whatever the word may be to be a certain way.
To be a high value woman.
And we're not saying, no, not to be a high value
woman. No, but high value
woman. Seen, not heard. Whereas, Tina, we are heard.
We are heard.
Hey, we are heard.
And even if you look at the show on Mzansi Magic, someone even said, they were like, God, guys, let's be real. Why would this guy want to do, no offense if you're into his tembu or whatever, but he's like, guys, obviously so much is going to be happening because you can't expect three closer women to be in East
Oh,
table
no,
together.
honey.
Like, let's be
Forget
real,
about
guys.
it. Nah,
Let's be real.
shame.
Yabona. So it just goes to show Nyani as closer women when like sing in terms of like carrying ourselves. But I feel like it's not only us because I know Tswana women who are
I've also heard
Tswana women.
We're the same.
We're the same. Like,
I've heard we're the same.
An example,
literally.
Chongobonang.
Yeah, nah, she's very like,
She's,
yeah.
yabo. So I'm just like, it's not just us. Because I feel like that's also an unfair observation. Hi, it's a closer woman thing. Because I don't know, like I've seen so many chats on Twitter about how, oh no, closer women are just loud, mali and stuff. And they make us seem very low vibrational. But I'm just like, guys, who doesn't like money? I feel
That's the
like
thing.
who doesn't like money? Who doesn't have like opinions on things? I just feel like maybe in certain cultural backgrounds, you're taught to kind of hide those parts of you so that you're more appeasing to the male gaze.
Yeah.
And I just have such a huge problem with that because what about me? Like, what about my higher self? And what makes Uazi feel like her higher self? Because I feel like, for example, the see not heard thing. One thing about me, ne, if I'm quiet, just know that either ndiagoa or I'm in a lot of pain or I'm tired, but something isn't right.
Yeah.
Because me at my best, I'm talkative. So what happens to your higher self when you are so focused on this higher value woman thing? And I think that's my huge problem with the whole high value woman thing. It's just like you are literally, let's say you're an extrovert, or let's say we don't have to even limit it to extrovert and introvert. Let's say you don't like dressing a certain way that's going to appease the male gaze. Let's say you don't, I don't know, like there's so many examples of like certain things.
I think I just thought of one, like, because a lot of the times where's chats is a high value woman or whatever, they'll even speak about dressing modestly, right? And now we sit here and think, mana, but a lot of them are tatandi betis, so
and even if
where
he's
is
married to low high value women, he's still gonna try to find the baddies
anyway
and just cheat on you. Then what?
That's another chat and a real one.
Then
because
what?
it's like, now it gets to that thing of, man, what's the point of living your life trying, to pander to the male gaze? Because umdu will be like, oh, mna sozenchate into weave. Because that's another thing, like, actually, I can make an example. Now I have short hair. Like, I've been cutting my hair, I think, for the past, 2 years and whatever, because I enjoy it. But if I want to wear a wig, like, I'll wear a wig or whatever. Like, even like, I will. But a lot of the time, sometimes, like, when oh my God, I just contradicted myself. But a lot of the times, I'll go out and niggas will think that I have short hair because they're woman of substance. And it's like, sweetie, mother of the soil. No, sweetheart, not at all.
Not at all.
You're not going to find what you're looking for.
You're not.
You're not. You know what I mean? Because, like, we were even having this conversation, like, even when Uzuzi was here. I don't know if you know her.
I've seen her YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're speaking about how women are multifaceted.
They are. Literally.
Because, like, I want to be... Yes, because I want to be... I'm different women at once. Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a tricky chat, man.
And
where
I
it's
feel
like
touching on what you're saying, there's more to a woman than how great she looks next to a man. There's so much more to women, and I feel like the high value thing, which is why I contrast it against higher self, because it just takes away from who are you as an individual. And especially in the climate that we're in right now and what's been in the media, we're seeing so many women come out of marriages and they're saying, I gave my everything to be this person's perfect little wife. And for
so
what?
That's, I bet higher self. When higher self
high value man.
Exactly. Then when you don't get, you just the girl next to him.
Like you see how earlier on I'm talking about Unozi from Mommy Club and how sad her story is because she was married to her husband. Well, she still is married to her husband for 17 years, but now he wants a second wife. And she was like, I was a good mother towards his
children outside of her own.
And mind you, like, he had these children while I was with him. I took them in. I raised them. I'm raising our children, 8 kids. Now he's telling me that he wants a second wife.
And at 24.
And I'm doing. Is she 24?
I think I heard that.
Is she 24?
Hey, don't so much. I think I heard something along those lines.
If she's 24, that's crazy.
Or Damn, now I'm scared. I take that back. Allegedly.
Allegedly, she's 24. If she's 24, that's even crazy. I mean, she's a year older than me, which is crazy because now it's like all my life and time, because I'm an avid Mommy Club watcher. She was even saying to Mrs. Mopsukwana, like, I don't even know who I am anymore.
Bro, and I can understand that.
Because Nyani, you've dedicated your life to being
the
support
exactly
of this person.
My infrastructure for
exactly.
And then it's like, where do you fall?
Where do you fall
within all of that?
So I feel like more than anything, like, I'm gonna be deep for a second. It's dangerous, Landry, a high value woman chat. It can be very dangerous because now you're too busy following this image, guys. And one thing about men, if he wants to do it, he's gonna do it.
He's gonna do it whether
if
you're
he wants
high
to
value.
Step out, guys. It's a tale as old as time. We've seen beautiful mothers be cheated on, be left. Beyonce, like. It's a tale as old.
There's no
time.
molding yourself on whatever to be appreciated by a guy.
And there's no such thing as a pinnacle woman that you need to work up to, and that is going to equal, like, having a good man. Unless, and sorry to be controversial again, unless this high value woman thing is just to be picked, even if you don't mind. Because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like there's a whole... People are leaving out the fact that, okay, so what are these men doing? Unless your only goal, high value woman, is if you just want to be picked just for the sake of being omdu.
No, I get you. I get you. I do think there is a bit of that, to be fair. There is a bit of that. Yeah, as you were speaking, I just like sort of had a thought. I was watching this girl on TikTok, and it's this lady Obe chatting with this billionaire. And then she moved back to South Africa, and she, like, her whole style changed and whatever, and she was talking about how she just moved into like this I think 2-bedroom apartment or whatever, whereas obviously she was like living large when she was like overseas. And like like she was wearing shorts and like a top, and I think she was wearing flops, and she was like I'd choose this life over like the life I was living with that man, because number one, I was abused, and also secondly, like, I wasn't being my true self. Because but obviously within imali, like, you need to dress a certain way. And we're not saying obviously like you shouldn't obviously dress like neat or whatever. Let's say if you do have a husband who has money and you in certain spaces, but if it's not you to be dressed specifically like that, then it takes away from you. And that's what she was speaking about.
Do you know who's such a good example is of someone? And I mean, I hate. Okay, let me not even use that point because that's unfair and racist.
Oh my God.
But you know who's like a wife who's married to like a rich man, and she's just like herself, and I'm just like, you know what? If it's not like this, you see JoJo on Real Housewives of Durban.
Definitely. Exactly.
I was actually head to toe.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Does whatever she
loves
wants,
her
and
life,
you know what?
and her husband loves her.
Is there. Like, he doesn't care.
Exactly. And that is exactly something that I really aspire to. Because at the end of the day, like, that man knows what's inside. JoJo, and the outside.
And he knows what he saw in her.
Exactly. And even, in fact, we can't even like negate the outside, because at the end of the day, like, attractive, and he's attracted to all of the tattoos and all of that and whatever beliefs other people have regarding tattoos and whatnot has got nothing to do with anyone. Exactly. You know what I mean? Because that's what he likes.
Literally.
And and it's gonna mananyani. There's even like, I can't explain what I thought, but I remember when she did a prank on TikTok and like, she tattooed her face, and then she went to go tell her husband whatever, and the husband like was upset and whatever. But there was like Sautinina telling some, I don't know how to explain it, I really can't, But when I watched that TikTok, I was like, I'm not put like I'm tana sis, like
Yeah,
umtana
like, she could do
manyani.
whatever.
You know what I mean? Like I
Eh.
don't know. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like this is just lovely, and it's such a like in your face, you guys who
In your
think that
face, you
being a high
guys.
value woman involves A, B, C, and D, and it's like I can be
Well,
myself and still, you know, have a husband who loves me,
and it's a very
and
old-fashioned way.
because kaloku eyona nto
Onemali.
phambili kwezinto zobu high value women and whatever
Is to
yile nto
get a
bana
rich
to
man.
bag a rich man.
And I feel like
So,
JoJo, because she speaks on it even on the show, about how in her previous relationship she was very much abused and she was basically suicidal, and she just went through it. She even like overdosed, and I think her ex-husband's sister helped her and stuff. And it's just like, yeah, right. And my whole thing is, she was talking about how, I'm not sure. Yeah, she was just saying, Ukbana, like, even me becoming JoJo and being this tattered girl, I wasn't this person in my previous marriage. I was trying so hard to prove myself to this person. And he is not even half as rich as Bube. Yeah, bo. And it's just like, that story just goes to show, Bana, you can do everything under the sun, and then you'll still be treated horribly. You'll be downright depressed. You don't even know who you are anymore. And then you find yourself falling in love with someone. I mean, obviously, the end goal shouldn't be with someone to be with someone who has money, but obviously lechete phambili global high value woman, because
ile nto yale madoda nemali.
because benzela bona, like, no offense. Yeah.
But it's the truth.
It's the
That's the thing.
truth,
It really is the
yeah.
truth, where it's like, go to restaurants of whatever, like umntu makaye Melrose, ahlale Melrose,
ahlale phaa Big Mouth,
athini
Athini.
because now you need to get noticed by these kinds of men and
Yes.
whatever. And sometimes mase akuqaphele sometimes, like naxa uphuma ne girls ezinayo la mindset. And I'm not saying it's wrong to be introverted or be as a girls like Sutule, whatever, if that's what you like. But the corners in you told me where it's like you guys will go out and be like, guys, I'm not tin because I'm not Dibanar. I'm ratchet. Like I know. I am ratchet as hell. And when I come from guys, like we're probably gonna be the loudest
Like
in that room.
I was watching my snaps from Sunday Roast, and in the background it's me going, I'm literally being so loud, and I'm like, I'm not a high value woman, yeah.
So do you get what I'm saying?
I used to have this friend in first and second year, and she was very much like, we high value woman. She's a high value woman, all right. And I remember she used to do like hosting and stuff. At like Soho used to be a big thing back then. It's a club in Cape Town. So she invited me and a few of like her other friends, and I mean, she's a high value woman, Moss. So I said, okay, guys, let's dance now. Then maklalweni phansi after ixesha elithile, like we can't be standing for too long. Makungayona bathroom kakhulu, isection mayibonakale bagcwele amantombazana apha.
That's crazy.
Like she had all these requirements, and it was like, girl.
Like, how are we supposed to have fun? Guys, I love having friends where the next day we have things to balisa.
Like,
oh my God, Sena's Johnny. I can't believe I did
oh my
that.
gosh.
You know what I mean? Like, I love having friends like that. Like, where it's like, when we get down, like, we get down. And it's like, at the end of the day, dude, it's a club. Like, you're probably not going to see these people again. Like,
and
the
even
next
if you
day,
do, who cares?
Like, who cares?
Like, one thing about me, another reason why I could never be a high value woman is because I'm so clumsy.
I fall every chance I get. Every chance I get, to the point where, like, there's this friend of mine, like, I understand, she's sick of me. Like, the one time I fell, we were at a party and I fell, and she was like, one of everyone she up and she was like, you know what? Like, I'm done with you. And not because, like, she was embarrassed, but I'm tired. Like, every time we are, dude, I get you. That's me.
I once almost broke my bum because I fell so hard. I made him go to the hospital, but my bum was bruised for like 3 weeks.
Yo.
I've even broken my toes before.
Highway,
like,
no, but that's me, dude. That's literally me.
But I have a story. It was my 21st birthday, so 2 years ago. I was at Coco, right? I was with my friends, and then I don't remember falling, but apparently I fell.
In your drunken state?
That's it. Kutwa. Bese kuphaka because bendizibona bam. And then apparently I got up, and then apparently, like, I got up. So I got up now.
Yeah, you mess.
And that's literally like I'm super clumsy. I'm always like even like I'm always dropping my phone. Like it gets on my dad's last nerve. He's like, "Azizipho,
Oh,
uklumsy.
clumsy. That's
Get it
me, dude.
together."
I'm always dropping stuff as well. Like,
Yeah.
I can stars.
Like I say,
Like,
I'm very clumsy. Like I've even stopped being embarrassed about it now because
yeah,
I'm just
I'm so over it. Like,
"Nto yabantu, guys. People are
yeah.
clumsy. Like, yeah, no." That's another reason I'm like, I can't be a high value woman because one thing about me, I'm so clumsy. And like, I'm sort of a person, if my heels are like, not that that's kulule like mid abantu, but if siyaphuma eklabhini like that's kulule like,
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, comfort is so important. I'm one of those people, and as like, where even if you'd invite me to like a space with niggas, more especially if we're gonna be specific, like rich niggas. I mean, I think like we've all kind of hung out with rich niggas, haven't we? But I'm that friend that is not gonna sit there and be high value. I'm that friend that's having political debates with those niggas. Like I am like Dila told me, as soon as Mela told me to lay. Like say like I am that person that's gonna push the boundaries, you know what I mean?
But my friend was telling us a story about how like she was chilling with someone to be ANC Youth League, ne? And they're talking about like guys voting in 29.
Yeah.
Voting. And one of the girls, they were like, Aska, like as a high value, you're gonna be like, yeah, like we're gonna vote for you guys.
Ciao.
And that girl's like, I
no, dead ass.
And that's why you'll be there like, cousin and you like I'm just like I don't care and I can't deal with friends who are like hi,
don't.
And even like guys like like even guys who are gonna be like you are hello.
And I was actually about to say that in my experience, a lot of the times those niggas don't care. Like they love the conversation.
I've been around a guy that does care.
Yes, but they are the ones that are like, you are alone, but it's like, who are you to
like who cares? Like but then there was one time when my friend of mine actually took it to second and said he actually didn't like that. And I was just like, so and one thing about Oli Hakwe and I, we're very much those people who are like, okay, we don't care. We're gonna leave then if we're like we're gonna leave then. Like it's that kind of thing. So yeah, guys, into a high value woman, city, no, must like even was like I'm gonna be this kind of person when I go into this space. It feels like a full-time job. Like it really feels like a full-time
Definitely, because your personality, you have to put on some kind of personality, especially if you're not naturally introvert. Because shame when as we can't deny the fact that there are girls who are naturally like introverted.
When I was
even the way they carry themselves, just they speak when spoken to, they naturally like that, and that's
friend,
okay.
My oldest friend, Utandile, we've been friends since we were probably like 3 or 4. She's a lady, okay?
Yeah.
Like she does not. She's
we
and proper, like you know, she's very like. She doesn't like arguing, shouting back and forth, like, oh, you girl. Like, oh, she's like, okay, man, I you girl, because I'm also a girl.
Yeah, I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl, too.
Yeah.
But she's very much like that kind of person, right? And my mom, growing up, she'd always compare us, because my mom's a lot like her. Well, she's actually not, but like, I think my mom cosplays, but it's fine.
I get that. I
think she cosplays, but it's fine.
But okay, we'll like, come on.
I'll let her
let her land.
Yeah, I'll let her land.
I get
but
that.
She'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, like, so zoom back, like, conversation.
Black moms though, what?
Yeah, and one thing about my mom is very much. My mom is very much those people where she's like, oh my
gosh, I was about to say that. My Xhosa teacher in primary school, love her till this day. She's like, yo, Oli, no sevuyile. Your commands. And we're just like, oh my God, like, and we're like, what must we do?
must we do?
Like,
It's
esasihleka
funny.
kakulinyani, esona sichazo lo muntu ase.
And I say that's
And it's just
me.
always been like that.
And for me, I
like,
have outbursts, so
Yeah.
it's really bad. And like my teacher, I think being Mr. Mqamelo, yo, that's his puzzle. Like he just know,
the problem. But I mean, Sautin.
Sautin, guys, because we're just girls.
I'm just a girl, literally.
Girl, and I find things really funny.
Actually, I just thought of something as well. I remember the guy I was telling you about that I said we were like very close friends and then we dated and whatever in high school. I remember one of the biggest reasons. I say like childhood relationships.
Yeah,
that's why I hardly even count that relationship. But anyway, because it was like in high school and whatever. But it's a childish way you guys break up, but it's like. But other things, yes, Pamela. Other things I used to hear, but nah, like Oli's too much, man. Like,
I get that.
Yes, and I was so hurt. I remember the time, like I was hacked. Like I was like, I'm too much.
That's it. I literally get that all the time. Like people will say, when I know things didn't work out between us because you were just too much. And I was like, what does that mean? No, and guys, do you know what it means? Do you know what I'm learning? That's next thing, you too much.
You too much, literally.
Or you too friendly. Like, hey, I was watching a podcast. No, I wasn't watching it, but you want a clip. They say to yo, when your hand is too much, like when your hand is too friendly, like she gets to the security gate, she's like, hi malume.
Hi,
I was like, guys, those are manners. I know. But
I think no boom. Like I think the too much for me personally, like probably came from like I've just always been loud.
Me too.
And I remember even the girls close with in high school, like I can even hear the scene, like I can picture it, like at parties, like people just knew, but like so I think like he just got to the point where he was like and his friends obviously now so man, like that hand, like,
and guys really do believe in that thing.
Yeah, but too much.
Yeah, like I was just thinking there's this girl, so Lihako and I, we were like going out together in December, and then there was this girl that like we met got December, and she's not friendly, and like when a boyfriend that kept hanging out with us and like akahleki nathi, akahlali nathi, quiet, high value woman. Yeah, well, high value.
Actually, let me stop rolling my eyes. I mean, that's other people's reality, but anyway.
But like, she is that kind of girl. Yeah, and she's a bit, I don't know what to say. She's snarky, man.
Nah.
And I feel like the high value woman thing, it's borderline being snarky.
Kind of thing.
But you know what's so crazy? Men love that because I remember we were telling him when you are like, why is she being so rude? Because it got to a point where like, you're rude. I don't know if you get especially like you're being rude now. And he was like, yo, I love her so much. That's what I love about her. Like, you know, like she's not like she stays ufuna apha. Yabo. So guys like that. Guys like that thing of like being with like a quiet girl. They like that.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I also like a guy sort of that's like that in a way. Like super quiet, but cow and man. Now that I think about it, like I don't think I see, but now I feel like I sound like a hypocrite, but that's why you laugh off the party though. That's a guy.
Yo, you see,
but
that's how they feel. Can I tell you something?
But the thing is,
you're wrong, and you know that you're wrong.
Cut the cameras.
Do you know what? For me, as my partner, be friendly. Get into a space. Greet everyone. Just be a gentleman. If someone around us is struggling to open her drink and she's a woman, open it for her.
Yeah,
be nice.
Yeah.
You know, like take like girl ati ikai fike patina veska vule indo ati, and then people are like, oh, who's he?
Oh
and
yes,
like,
yes,
that's my boyfriend. Like, be that guy. Like be with the guys. Like I mustn't. You can't be my purse. and I don't want to be your
Okay,
purse
no,
either.
I also don't want that. I don't want.
Yeah,
But I think I think it's more of a thing of. Nah, I feel like I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite. I've just always been into quiet niggas. Would that then count as like the same thing?
But sometimes quiet men are like, okay, I don't know. I've never been into someone quiet.
Yes, because I like a quiet guy, but like
Because then I feel awkward when I'm around someone quiet. Because I'm going to jaja. Because I'm so loud.
ooh, and on top of
Yeah.
that, Kim, like I've never dated him, don't say lie. I promise you.
That's a reason. Like, there's a guy that I met last year. And like, he been in Funa and stuff. But the reason why I didn't give him a chance is because like I said.
Why?
Because have you met men that don't drink?
I have.
You?
I like it in a way. There's a sense of, oh my God, the way we don't. But anyway, there's a sense of resolve that comes with men who don't drink. And I like it.
Guys.
I'm so sorry. Like, I tried the whole being with a man. Like, I wasn't dating the guy, but we're having somewhat of a thing or a situationship or whatever. And I said, I'm never doing this again. And yes, it could not be an all men that drink situation. But now you feel why West because we're £2.
That's the problem.
It was a whole show. So I just got to a point where I was like, man, I just don't see this working out for me.
I feel like I know how to hold my alcohol, so I need you. Like, as in the way I fell, that's like 3 different situations, guys. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not falling every time I drink. No. But like, just know how to hold your alcohol, I think. For me, thing is with guys who, well, my experience, I think you've had a good experience with guys who don't drink. With guys that don't drink, it's either one or two things that I've experienced. Either, okay, who's the most drunk here? Who can I maneuver? And that's very weird.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like there's this guy, man, that we used to hang out with, and he didn't drink, and he didn't advertise it by Gaseli. And then, go to come sleep at my place.
Oh my God.
Yes, like very weird. So I've encountered that, and Lando like used to drink, but then wayeka, and now we are ngabantu because like obviously when you
I get
drink, you
it.
become a bit more vibrant. And for me, I was like, that's why I can't be with a guy who doesn't drink.
I get it. I get what you mean, Shem. I won't even lie. Like, both times I've experienced, like, people who don't drink. Like, it's been a thing of, you can tell there's a significant, like, difference between somebody to where will be like, don't you feel like you've had enough? And it's like, I've only had 3 Savannahs.
You see that problem.
And it's like, look, I'll say this all, yes, but
you don't know what
eat 3 is nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, it's like, shame. Unfortunately, as people who drink, we tend to drink over the limit. You know what I mean?
We do.
But go it's like, did I die? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And to the point where sometimes my ex, like, when I would be dying from hangovers, like, he would genuinely be concerned on some, like, do you think we should go to the hospital? And I was like, nah, like, and it sounds self-destructive or whatever, but it's like, ugh, please, like, I've been through, you know what I mean, worse. Like, and he would literally be like, don't you think, like, say it's badly, like, for money trip or something like that? And I'd be like, no, like, I'm gonna be fine. And I'd be catching, like, and he just wouldn't understand. And this one time he was like, why do you drink? Because why do you drink? Because I was more like, dude, the one time, literally the next day, he's like, the way you were yesterday, like, I was born when but But I don't know, man. I'd still date. Like, I feel like I'd love to marry someone who doesn't drink. Like, Nyani, there's a certain resolve. Like, I just don't want to be. No, man. Already, heterosexual men are not the best bet.
Yeah.
I've been out there in the street.
I feel like if you can really control yourself, because I feel like the guys that I've been with, they all drink, but I've never had an issue of or people are like,
So it's like
get your man.
Yeah, control your man's.
But I did have a friend who had a boyfriend who couldn't handle his alcohol, and everyone was like,
What?
"Yo,
An ick.
mdase, like handle him," and people are looking at you
Exactly, but wakho, like
Umntu
ithini into.
wakho, yabo.
And the thing is also, man, our drunk, like I know it takes us because I turn by low-key sexist.
I get what you're about to say.
Because our drunk is like ditzy.
Hey, I'm just a girl. I'm being ditzy.
Niggas drunk is like,
especially
stop
when it's
vomiting,
sloppy.
bro. Like what? Like get it together. Like
And who's
why
gonna
are
carry
you
you
letting
out of this
public?
club?
Like
I know.
silwa. Like what is
Why are
going
you fighting?
on?
That's
Yes.
the problem.
So with us, it's like I'm just a girl.
Yeah, and take
Like-
it back to the high value woman chat and that whole thing of like men not liking women who are too. I even saw it for myself, and it was in December, ne? So this guy that I was talking to, and then and I knew a lot of people there, and I think he only knew the host or the family of the guy, yeah, whatever. Like I'm not busy. He knew people there. No, let me not lie. He knew people there, but like, I guess I knew people there. Like, yeah, like more people. So when I got there, one of my guy friends were like, he was like, "Hands like,
Hi. Don't say that,
don't
please.
say that." But that's the thing with closer people, like, cause I wasn't seeing anyone.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wasn't. I was very single at the time, and he was just like,
Like we are kids, basically. Oh my
and even when I
God.
got out the car with him, another guy that I know was like, "Hi, what Azi? Guelo," and it's like, now I look bad.
You're making me look like something I'm not.
Now I look
please.
like a whore, and I'm not. I'm
That's
really
crazy.
not. So, oh, my earring just fell out.
Sorry.
But like that whole thing, Kengoku, which is why, like, I get what that guy friend of ours was saying. Ba, yabo, uzafika espacini athola athi xaka ahlale xa kwakho akho mntu ozobe esithi hayibo chomi.
The thing is, okay, okay, Mnashim, I think I've always liked like introverted guys, ne? And now, I'm not necessarily saying like makabe ipese amahlale cangwam.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not into the whole loud guy thing. But I'm not necessarily, I don't know, man, because now it's like, then how do we...
Where's the balance?
Because now,
both,
exactly. If I'm
like,
here and I'm like, oh my God, it's not fair that like you guys want women who are not, you know what I mean? Or we have to, you know, like package ourselves like this in order to be attractive to men or be high value women.
Yes.
Then how can I sit here and be like, Tifuna indoda, like etule, you get what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Like, do you have something to say, like, with regards to like
with your situation?
With my situation? Because I'm like,
I mean, I met I'm not sure if it was your last boyfriend, but the one that you were with in Cape Town.
Oh yeah. I'm so dead. But anyway, so like they don't know.
I met him and yeah, he's quiet. But like he's friendly. Like he's not like,
that's the thing. Like he was like a guy's guy, whatever. But it's like akapapi mandicho.
Yeah,
like
papa.
It's like akapapi, but will speak. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's not gonna get there and a bit awkward.
No,
like
but
he'll speak.
No, but you're taking to the papa, you guys. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. But then not
like,
to say a papa. So then what do we say then within that?
Yeah, it is tricky. It's very
But then
tricky.
do we not make it political then and say like with us it's more of like a systematic thing?
Yeah.
Where if people say, oh, being a high value woman and being seen or being like heard and not seen or whatever.
It doesn't decrease your value papa as a guy.
As a guy.
Yeah.
Yes, it will in the sense of like girls will be like, yo, I'm not a papa. But at the end of the day, like it's not a systematic thing for you.
Exactly.
Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas for us as women, we've always been like at the, do you get what I'm saying? Like at the
forefront.
I don't know what word or gotten the shorter end of the stick or whatever. Where do you get what I'm saying? So, are you high value woman if you cool.
And I'm like, that's so unfair.
And the imprint is like much bigger.
It is.
Whereas if we're saying, hey, Do you get what I'm saying? You don't papa yo like it doesn't hold as much weight.
It really
But at the same time,
doesn't.
obviously, I also want to be corrected. Obviously, I mean, in the comments, if someone can find a way to describe like what I'm trying to say,
Yeah, guys.
because I don't want to be like I'm a hypocrite, but at the same time, I still stand for. But nah, I hate the fact that this high value woman thing is for the male gaze.
Because I feel like, okay, I think I have a point to what you're saying. Because it's for the male gaze, this whole thing of being high value. I feel like with guys, ne, when a guy is quiet, he's not being quiet on purpose. Bah, difuna as girls, whatever.
Fair.
But then when we talk about high value women, they're doing it for that purpose. Because I've seen women, I'm like, I know this isn't you. This isn't
We know
you.
the real you.
We know
babes.
the real you. But you want to impress these guys around us. And it's like, girl, no. Like,
Right.
no. Yabona. So I think that's where the problem is when the high value woman chat comes in. And I don't know, it's tricky because Nyani were very outgoing and say papa for being honest. And
Definitely. And I'm gone man.
Nam, that's the problem. And hey, Yazili, how can I was saying this the other day, City. One thing about us, like we like going out, and you know, people are generous. Like we are, all of my friends, okay, except for Nazo right now, we're all single, right? And
You might excuse me, sorry.
all single, and I mean, even Nazo for the long time she was also single. Like we go out, people are just people are like, oh, these girls are so pretty.
Yeah.
Let me buy you guys. Isn't this tengwa?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go into details to what.
Yeah.
But that like yabo. And I've had a conversation with like guy friends of mine, and they're like, Godwa Azi, how do you expect a guy to wanna cuff you? But
Yeah,
it makes me sick.
like
Ati, how are they supposed to cuff you? But then xabedibana nawe ezithubeni unale. Like, are you gonna stop doing those things when you're with this person? That's it. But what do you think I'm doing to get these things? That's the first question.
that's yes.
Because now you're decreasing my value because of what's on my table because you think I'm doing something specific.
Yes.
Because even with the whole high value woman thing, bo, if a guy's feeling you and he just wants, because sometimes people aren't trying to go home with you, hey,
Exactly.
they
or
just,
even if they are,
you
I'm
can
just
say
not
no.
going.
And
Exactly. Yeah.
like you can. I mean, I'm not saying that some people do find themselves in situations, but like I just feel like I'm saying like a lot, but
But I get where you're going with this. Where it's like you're not necessarily doing anything to be getting those things.
exactly.
Do you get what I'm saying? Those
So
things are just
why
happening.
is-
And are you saying then now, like your friend is basically trying to be like, well, or what?
Yeah.
Pardon?
And there's even that chat of because you go out so much, it kind of decreases your. Even my mom says that to me. Yeah.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
Like
that
black
whole
moms also have
thing.
that thing, but khawukhe unqabe.
You know, and that also ties in with the whole high value woman challenge. Just like guys, niyazibona bazonke restrictions. It's actually to please other people and
Yes.
for hopes that you're going to be treated better or whatever, guys. And my whole chat, something that I'm learning in like my 20s is that, guys, if people want to respect you, they're going to respect you. If people want to treat you well, they will treat you well. If they don't, they don't. You can be respectful, you can be nice, you can do everything under the sun. But if akafuni,
And that's
and that's
point
why
blank.
the whole high value, just to like wrap everything together, that's why the whole high value and higher self thing matters so much. Because if you like going out, then go out, because now you're being told by maybe your parents or something, like, well, no, you shouldn't go out too much because abantu are seeing you everywhere.
Yeah.
Or like call you're always around.
Oh my gosh.
Like you're always everywhere, you're easily accessible, and it's like, who said I'm going out to be accessed?
Exactly. I'm just going out for myself. And I
myself.
think like we didn't touch on, but now I feel like the whole high value woman like chat should have been like, how to be, you know how they approach, like, I know I'm opening another can of worms because I know, like, but Lanvana, I'm in my soft girl era in the sense of, like, I'm trying to do
Yes.
more to better myself. Like, Lanvana, okay, try, exercising once a day, journal once a day, drink more water,
That should be the
get
higher
busy,
value
do,
woman chat.
what you
I
get what
feel
I'm
like
saying,
soft
those kinds
girl,
of
yeah, the
conversations,
soft girl chat, I get it because it's like, okay, everything you're doing, you're
you're
benefiting
benefiting and
you.
you're like, you're growing yourself and not bana to be seen and
Yeah,
to
to be
to whatever,
noticed.
exactly. So I think that's where, like, the higher value woman chat lacks, and that's where the higher self thing, like,
I feel like
that
the higher self
that
thing
you
is
speak
more
of.
about being soft on yourself.
Exactly,
So,
yeah.
for example, exercising, reading, journaling,
Yes, like
um,
getting hobbies,
getting
working on your
hobbies,
business or whatever, or
yeah,
like your
working on your
job,
like
your
spirituality, like just being more in
definitely.
tune with your inner self. Because I feel like higher value, I think that's the, if we can say, because the topic is higher value versus higher self. Higher self is more internal, whereas higher value is more external. Like it's very much dependent on how you're going to be received by other people.
And don't you think it really is a form of, like, cosplaying as well?
It is.
Because it's like, because, for example, now I'll speak for myself when I like, not every woman obviously aspires to the same things.
True.
And for me, like, I would love the whole white picket fence, family nuclear,
Yeah, like I really want to get married.
like kids and whatnot, good jobs and whatnot. But I'm not gonna lie to you, and I've said this multiple times. I don't feel like marriage is the end all and be all for me.
It's
simply because of
not.
the home that I come from, and I've never felt like, oh my God, like, if I don't have a husband or whatever, I'm gonna die and whatever.
You know, I used to be like that, hey?
It really,
Yeah, like 2 years ago, like I feel like the reason why I stayed in that horrible situation was because I just really wanted it to work because my mom met her husband in uni. So I
So you were
felt
like,
like I should
ixesha
meet
lakho,
it's my time right
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
So I was just so focused on that. And that guy wasn't even close to being my soulmate. Like if I'm looking at the bigger picture. Yeah,
forced.
well, been forced because we like that could never be my husband or the father of my kids, you know? And I just feel like for me, I don't know. I'm now growing to learn that, like, as much as I love companionship and being loved and being, babied and all those things, like, there's just so much more out there than
Definitely.
that. There's so much more, and there's so much more that I want for myself. And I even look at, like, the people that I look up to the most. Like, I realized at the beginning of this, actually, Azzy, most of your role models aren't married. And it's by choice. Like, they weren't divorced or anything. Like, they put themselves first, and I feel like their higher self was they did the internal
Yeah,
work. And I feel like
definitely.
the higher self chat is so important because you should be putting yourself more than anything, because there's nothing worse than, because I remember just feeling so lost after everything ended with that guy. I was like, hi, bo. I had goals and stuff. Like, what happened to me? Like, I just wasn't myself because I was so busy trying to make this thing work and trying to accommodate yena and
Yeah.
izinto zakhe ezidikayo. And I wasn't even focusing on myself. And it really just boils down to that. But like, who's more important at the end of the day? And because the end goal in all of this is to be married and to have kids and to build with this person. Like, what kind of mother am I going to be if I'm just higher value, higher value, higher value? Like, let's say I have a daughter. What kind of daughter am I going to raise if she doesn't really care about her internal self more than
And she always needs
external?
to whatever for
Yeah, for
validation.
validation. Like,
from
it's so,
others.
yeah, Bona. So it's so much deeper. And like what you're saying about that whole chat of, because you didn't come from a married
Household,
you
yeah.
didn't really prioritize it that much. Like for me, it was really such a big thing where I was like I always knew that I'll never get married in my 20s. Like I just always knew, because even my mom, what she did not 29, 28. Yeah, well, and I knew for me, the way it's looking, I'm not gonna be married by the time I'm
Awulenza
28.
laxesha, yeah. And a lot of
lakhe.
people's parents got married, like moms especially, got married quite young. But
Yeah.
Tina, where's generations there too? It's taking us a bit longer.
A bit longer. Like my mom met my dad first year 40.
In first year, I was living a mad life.
Guys, I'm trying to think in first year.
Danihamba kwakusavulwe taboo. Oh my god.
Guys, in first year, first of all, it was COVID in my first year.
Oh,
but even the guy
fudge.
that I was like, I was seeing a bunch of people in first year.
Fair.
Like a bunch of, like, I was,
As
like,
you
meaning
should have.
like, I was not, yeah, no, I was not, yeah,
You were a high value woman.
I was a high value woman.
At all, my darling.
But I'm just like, I'm looking at like most of my peers and most of my friends. A lot of us are towards the end of our degrees, or we're finished, or some are finished, some are finishing. And I'm just like, guys, I'll come do good zam. Okay, maybe there's, actually, I'm going to be honest. I don't think any of my friends have met their soulmates yet.
Nah.
No. I just feel like, and not that there's anything, let's say, Dinesh Metro right now, and if boyfriend watches this, there's nothing wrong with you, but I just feel like we all have so much growing up to do.
Nah, I get what you're getting at.
I'm not saying that's childish, but guys.
And there's still so much to explore, man. Your 20s really is for
exactly
la machiko
and now
like, you
imagine know, high value woman, instead of just living your life and doing the childhood eras.
And also, man, like there's nothing nicer than going through a phase of life and getting over it naturally and organically. And you're like, actually, I don't see myself dancing on tabletops anymore.
Yeah.
Because I've outgrown that.
Not
instead of trying to mold yourself. You're 19-year-old and be blazer, clapping. You know what I mean? Like, you look like a businesswoman in the club, and it's like, I can't need
that wear those like dresses, Nala headband, those Nigerian dresses.
Oh,
and I'm just like, guys, critic Antoni. Guys,
kuzomana uba intombazana guys ingqondo zethu kudlalwa ngazo nyani because we must always be trying to
you need to
you know what I
and,
mean
like when I got to opera on Sunday these girls benxibe lokho bephuma ngiba guys umuntu uzaye Rose Bank Opera inxibele lokho like
because kaloku i-Niger boys funeka zikhethile do you get what I'm saying of which it's like it's such a tough life to live. And, you know, I'm not going to sit here and be like Nizenzo all whoever and thou, whatever. I mean, there are ways in which, you know, where you've sort of like thingied for the male case or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a constant for me and it's like my whole life and I'm always
yeah.
But I call my clash where I'm like, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And whatever. Or sometimes even
I feel like everyone,
subconsciously,
even men, sometimes are like, okay, yeah, the drinks for the girls.
Yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
So I mean, it does happen that way, guys. But I just feel like the problem is when it becomes like we don't even know who Xoli is anymore.
Because
like,
is sketch.
Because
so
sketch into like it goes back to what I was saying about the friend who was saying about Jaivan Gok. You cannot Jaivan Gok. So no, you're trying to cool. So no, what niti.
Chini san.
Ndase.
Sanohleka kakhulu.
Sanohleka kakhulu.
Champagne funa kumane uyisela kancane.
Sip. Even as ngafuni she was lying. It was my birthday weekend, my 20th birthday. It I don't drink brutal fruit. Like, well, brutal fruit, Jani, like, spritzer, like, Jani.
Yeah.
Okay, but, like, just pour it for me in a cup. Because drinking from, like, a bottle like this, I'm not sure if I can do that. And it's like, Kengoku, there's actually no niggas around. City. It's like, who are you doing this for,
Who are you
babe?
doing this for?
Who are you doing this for?
That's crazy.
Yeah, like that's my problem. Even worse when I'm not saying right when men are around, but even especially as girls and
sketch. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I can't deal with that. Like I really can't, guys. But the moral of the story is, guys, just love yourself, know yourself. Your person. Baninzi obhubhe out there. Well, abakho ninzi.
Abekho baninzi nyani. Okanye mhlawumbe sikhabe sithi
self
yeah.
Yeah, guys, but I feel like if he's, because my thing is you can change and chop and change yourself and whatever, but after years and years and yourself is gonna come out and then what? Because I feel like even with guys, like let's say a guy tries to like stop drinking for you, yeah, but athi uxolitha nabantu abangaseliyo nje kusela nijole nibe right nibe happy, and then one day umntu
avukele izinto zakhe uba in fact hayi mna ndidiniwe
Diniwe and ndinxaniwe and I need to drink. Yeah, but so just do things for you. I think that's the moral of this conversation. I know we spent a lot of time focusing on, oh, high value, don't do it. But like the point is, irongo lanto, guys. Like irongo. Like etiquette and all those things. Like, yes, have social cues, be respectful and have manners. But it can't be a thing of, okay, now
you can't be your true self.
you can't be your true self anymore.
And you're not focusing on yourself, you're focusing on how you're perceived.
On how you're I hate being perceived. You don't know me.
Sana, like, yeah.
You don't know me. Like, you don't know me.
I like saying that, but sometimes it can distract because I'm like, you have a whole podcast. What do you mean?
Yeah.
But y'all know what I mean.
No,
like,
but I hate it. Like, even yesterday, because I shot my first episode yesterday, and the guy that I was interviewing posted it.
and everybody's like, oh my gosh.
And podcast yet. So I'm just like, yo, now people know my dreams. Oh my gosh.
I get that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
True. So true.
Yeah, guys. But I mean, I just think Nazi, as people, you kind of just like be more self-centered. And I know that sounds so horrible, but just focus on you. Like, really just focus on you and your higher self. And I feel like there can be a meeting point where you are soft and you are your higher self, and then that is what should make you be a high value woman. Because, for example, I look at someone like Jojo as, for example, people don't like her tattoos all over her body, but I think she's a soft woman.
Is that what you're trying to get to?
Yes, not necessarily because of Ubube. She's herself, but I feel like that should be a great example of you really don't need to be anything but yourself.
In
for
order,
the right
we
guy.
get to find the right guy. If a case high value woman is about attracting whatever
It is
man,
because what else are you? Let's wrap it up on this point. And I share a question if you are not being high value for yourself, and I'm talking about not like, waking up, jogging, reading the Bible, journaling, going to therapy, because that's internal work you're doing for yourself. Like Landoba, you don't like dressing modestly, but you're gonna wear long dresses and dress like a 50-year-old mother, but you're 20. You're not gonna drink. You're not gonna laugh till when you have a laugh here in your gut. When you do all of that, are you really you're not gonna lie to me and say, but you're doing it for yourself? Because
yes, beats.
That's the perfect word. Yes, pizza. So I just feel like more than anything, guys, must just focus on themselves, be themselves, and you attract the right people, and you're happier at the end, even with each of me, like being high value, because you're talking high value. Just be yourself. I just feel like you really attract what's meant for you when you are your higher self. So zonke izinto ozifunayo, you can actually get them all by just being yourself. And there's more of a guarantee, okay, this thing is real because I was 110% myself to even get to that place of being in that great relationship, having those great friendships, or having these great whatevers,
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So that was a good conversation. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'd love to hear your opinions, comment down below. If you have any questions, comment down below as well. Kay will be a friend of the show. This isn't the first or the last time. Well, it is the first, but it's not the last time she is on this podcast. Hopefully, Bushy will be able to join us next time. But subscribe, share, like. And it's post a quiz story. Tag the both of us. Khay October at Aziquinana on Instagram and on Twitter. She deactivated Twitter for some reason.
I didn't actually. I'm just
kept quiet.
Yeah, I read everything.
I'm going to talk about why she's not on Twitter anymore.
Oh, I wait. Actually, we could talk about that.
Yeah, no, definitely. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in and stay safe and God bless.
Period.